Okay, good morning. There's Rocky. Hey, are you ready for your morning treats? Yeah, morning treats for Rocky. Rocky knows what I'm saying. Okay, let's see. We'll give you your morning treats, okay? Here, I gotta find a place for everything. Everything is silly. Here's the greenies. See, we got the greenies here. Yes, we do. Rocky loves him's greenies. Yes, him does. Rocky has not been pooping and peeing since his ordeal. At least not that I know of. He hasn't been using his litter box, and as far as I know, he doesn't poop and pee outside. So I have to find out what that's about. But, see if there's some way we can get him pooping and peeing again. Yeah. Anyway, there he is. He's eating, though. His appetite is there. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on his litter box. I'm hoping he'll start pooping and peeing again. But I'm going to do some research now and find out why, if there's anything I can do about it here. The thing about it is, I know people are going to say take him to the vet, but the veterinarian they have there is absolutely horrible. And it's the only veterinarian within walking distance. And that veterinarian, well, like I say, he's horrible. That's all. This is the guy that lied to me and told me that Rocky had attacked his assistant, and then wanted to sell me a pill to knock Rocky out for the next time he came there. Didn't do what I asked him to do with Rocky, didn't check out the things that I wanted him to check out, but then told me I was going to have to buy a pill from him and knock Rocky out because Rocky is vicious, and pay him another $150 just to bring Rocky back. And here I am pulling Rocky in a cage with a wagon, and Rocky is traumatized by that because he's terrified of the highway. He's terrified of moving vehicles, which is good because that'll keep him off the highway and keep him safe. But when I have to move him in a vehicle or anywhere near a moving vehicle, it absolutely terrifies him. The neighbor lady that I deal with, she's had a working relationship with this clinic for years. And so you can't say anything against this vet to her. And I have spoken against him once to her, and she didn't like it. She was offended. And it's a different vet now than the ones that she started out having a working relationship with. But the clinic is the same. And because she has a cat rescue, she relies on that clinic. And so, obviously, she doesn't take kindly to anybody speaking against the clinic. I have heard from other people, though, that this vet is not very good. But, see, that lady would drive me to a vet. But that's the vet she would drive me to. So, again, this is why I don't want to take him there. I found out from his assistant that he lied to me because I apologized to her. I was surprised when I was told that Rocky had viciously attacked her by the vet, and I apologized to her when she came out to see me. I'm not allowed to go into the clinic because I won't wear the New World Order compliance muzzle over my face, and I just won't under any circumstance, I nearly died myself last summer. I took really sick, and I finally agreed to go to the hospital, and they threw me out of there and told me that I had committed attempted murder by refusing to mask up, that I had tried to murder everybody in the building, and that I had chosen to die by not complying with the compliance muzzle mandate. So it just really, it angers me. It really angers me. the way the medical people are, and I don't trust medical people anyway. I have a bad history with medical people even before all this. So I have a certain amount of trepidation in dealing with medical people, and they keep proving me right in their dealings with me. They keep proving me that I should feel that way. They keep proving that I should feel that way. Anyway, this veterinarian, he doesn't inspire any confidence in me at all. He told me that Rocky was vicious and he couldn't handle him. And then the next thing out of his mouth is he wants to do $600 in tests to see if Rocky has diabetes. And I asked him why, and he said, well, because he's old and he's fat, and therefore he's at a high risk for diabetes. And I said, well, he's not showing any symptoms. I said, what are the symptoms? He told me, drinking a lot and peeing a lot. I said, Rocky's not showing either of those symptoms. And so I said, no, I'm not going to do that. And then I asked him, I said, you just told me you can't handle him because he's vicious. And now you're telling me you want to do $600 in testing on him. I said, you weren't able to handle him to do what I already asked you to do. So he didn't like that anyway. And I mean, I'm the kind of guy I will speak up. The police hate me for that, because when the police overstep or when they tell me things that don't make sense, I challenge them, and they hate that, because you're just supposed to unquestioningly obey. And medical people are often the same way. They just have that way about them. A lot of them do anyway. Not to paint every single person with the same brush. I've met some decent medical people, and I've met a few decent police officers, although I found they've been few and far between. I mean, if I've met 10 police officers, maybe one of them has been a decent person. And with medical people, if I've met 10 medical people, maybe 3 of them have been decent. So like I say, I don't trust these people, and they don't inspire trust in their dealings with me when they contradict themselves and they lie to me and everything else. That's the worst thing you can do, especially when somebody already has trust issues with you. So that's why I don't run to take Rocky to the vet. I'm in the country here. It's quite a walk into town. I can do it. I have done it, but yeah, it's a walk. It takes me about 20 minutes to walk from here into town. That's if I'm not pulling my wagon. If I'm pulling my wagon, because it's like pulling a ball and chain behind me, it takes half an hour. And plus, coming home from town is tougher because it's uphill. So if I'm pulling a wagon with any kind of a load on it, it's really tough. Because it's literally all downhill in the town and all uphill coming back with a loaded wagon. So anyway, that's where we're at. That's the reason that I don't run to the vet. I'm going to research it myself. I'm going to see if I can help him myself. I pretty much go to the vet just to get him his rabies shot. I pretty much have to take their word they gave it to him, because they won't let me in there. And because I'm one of the unclean, I guess, And they won't, and so I have to just believe them that they gave him that. Although I got to admit, I do wonder. It does cross my mind that they might not have, even though I paid them to. So anyway, that's where we're at. I hope they did, because I want him to be protected from rabies. But that's where we're at. Anyway, I am going to look into it. I'm going to do some research. I'm going to find out what's going on with him if I can, and I'm going to try to deal with it myself, because, like I say, I just, every time I go to that veterinarian, it costs me at least $150. And he just doesn't do what I want him to do, and he lies to me, and I just, and tries to sell me more services that I didn't ask for while not doing what I asked him to do. So I mean, yeah, I don't like the guy. The vet that we had before that there, the vet that looked at Rocky and Muella before I became homeless, I took them for a checkup and for their shots. He was at least straightforward and honest. Now, he did tell me that I'm a bad pet owner because he said I let them get too fat. And so he told me that I'm basically a piece of shit pet owner. But at least he was honest and direct, so I respect that. But he ain't there anymore anyway, and I think he did do I think he did perform the services that were asked, that were paid for. I do believe he did that. But anyway, the guy that's there now, it's a different story anyway, and so that's why, for anybody that's wondering why I don't run to the vet with Rocky, that's the reason.